that's why I asked you
I
earlier.
believe that. I believe that. And here, I want to show you something. I don't know if you saw this show on Netflix. It's, oh God, it's very interesting. It's about surviving death. Have you seen it?
Yes. Yes.
It's pretty heavy in a sense because I really don't believe we have all the answers and we know everything. But there were people on there that are doctors. They're not stupid people. They're saying, yes, I was dead for 30 minutes.
There's something else. There's
and
something
there's
else.
other people said, I was dead for 30 minutes and I know I was going to a better place. People go, oh, well, it's just your brain. How do you know?
Yeah.
Or they do the mediums. I don't know. Sometimes you think the mediums are goofy. But
we don't know.
I felt a ghost in our house because 7 people died.
Ooh.
Of course, my father is so cheap, he has to buy a house 7 people died in during the Civil War. And so we bought it, and I said, this house is
That was pretty common back then, though. A lot of people kind of died in their houses back then, so that's...
Well,
Don't
was during
forget,
the
we
Civil
grew
War.
up. There was a cemetery every block.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And I felt, man, I said, wait a second. And I felt like a cold breeze come by me. I went, because I know I put something on that table and it wasn't there.
Ooh.
And I felt a cold breeze. But I wasn't afraid. It wasn't like, Nosferatu was coming out of the window or something. It was just like, it was just, they're there.
Well, my question is, how come ghosts and spirits always come in and do bad things? You never find a ghost comes in, does the dishes, vacuums the floor, and then goes back to the divine, right?
Yeah. Right.
I want a ghost that was like a domestic servant in her last life, or his last life.
my
Comes
gosh.
in, cleans
Change
the
the channel.
yeah.
Do something like that. Fix,
channel.
Or if I'm sleeping,
Fix
they turn
my
the TV
computer.
off,
Come on, pal.
cover my feet with a blanket when I'm sleeping, and then go back to the realm.
That's
where
right.
they
Go
came
back
from.
the way, fly away somewhere. That's
a pretty simple request. Change the channel.
Yeah.
But I found that
You're right.
show very interesting because it shows different sides, and I really have a problem with people that can't happen. So when I go with an atheist, I go, so you honestly don't believe anything? Anything? I mean, you don't believe. Then why do people, when they're on the battlefield, oh God, why did they say that?
There are no atheists in foxholes.
Yeah, why did they say that? I mean, and the thing is, you don't have to be there's some people that are out there, way out there. Like my stepmother, she was like a party animal. She became so religious that it was like, oh God, I have to go over and sit there. And I'd say, hey, Candy, how's it going? The Lord. I said, I can't deal with this day. I'm tripping on acid. I can't deal with this. Okay. Yeah. I sound peaking right now, man. I can't. But the thing is, there's some people.
You're literally sending me into a hot flash right now. I know it's a lot for this moment, but that's funny.
No, but I
Hilarious.
believe in that stuff, and I thought that was a very interesting show. But I will tell you, I've seen evil. I swear to you.
Yeah.
My brother was a bit of a klepto when he was younger.
Sorry,
and he stole
Sylvester.
It's okay. He did it. He gave it all back. So anyway.
By the way, if you ever meet him, you got to go, you're Frank's brother, right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
He stole this cape that looked like a vampire cape. I swear, from like a museum, like a wax museum, some old place in New York City. And he said, I think this thing's like haunted. Okay, so anyway, it hung in the closet in the house, right? And my sister, my late sister, thought she was like a witch, but she was goofy, whatever. And I said, there's something. He goes, so I swear to God, I put this cape on one day, and there was a surge that came through my body like evil. I took it off.
I believe it.
I'm telling you, man. I said, man, my son goes, yeah, we got to get rid of that cape. I said, well, you brought it here, you idiot. I mean, but it was like a vampire cape, like something like John Wilkes Booth would have worn, like one of those things. I'm really scared by it.
To your point and your story, I've seen darkness too, and I have never told this story ever. But I had a boyfriend when I first moved here, and his name was Steve Bernstein. He will tell this story as well. I know I'm okay to tell this. He was Bill Bernstein's son, who ran Paramount Pictures and owned Orion Pictures, and so he comes from a nice Jewish family, and he and I are still friends to this day. And we talk about this because it really freaked us out. We were sitting there watching TV, and I heard this loud entity. It was like a loud rumbling voice, and I heard it, and I was just about to say something to him, and he turned to me and he goes, "Did you hear that?" And we were both so freaked out that he called his dad at 12 o'clock at night, and he was like, "Dad, we literally just heard the devil." And it was one of those moments in our lives that affected us because you might hear that or you might have felt that with that cape, but someone else heard it too. So to your point, there is darkness, there is light. And there's a whole other world that we don't know out there. And that's why it's so important to be inclusive and be understanding and love one another. And that's why we've created this show, is because we can hear different points of view and come and meet a common ground and understand one another and hopefully learn something from it.
Yeah, I wish I wasn't as judgmental.
Yeah.
My whole movie is about preconception. People, watch Rocky's Brother. They don't even know anything about me, but that's what they say. They say, well, you should hear his band. How could it be? It's Rocky's Brother. I said, okay, whatever. And sometimes I find myself doing that. I go, you know what? People have been doing that to me for 40 years, and I don't really like it. I mean, I love being my brother's brother, but I don't
like being the brother of a fictional character.
Exactly. It's like Sarah Karloff was a good friend of mine. Her father was Boris Karloff. It'd be like someone coming to you, it's Frankenstein's daughter.
Yeah.
That'd be like Fred Gwynn's kid. It's Herman Munster's daughter.
I love Herman Munster.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So it's a kind of, you become a non-person at the point. You become a something of a something, and people say, "Well, I remember. I grew up. My brother was." I said, "Wait. That's local yokel crap. I'm talking on the big stage. You're talking Sylvester Stallone and Frank. You're not talking about Johnny Bag of Donuts and his brother from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
Watch and listen to new episodes of The Coriolis Effect with me, Cory Oliver, every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and most other podcast distribution apps. We have fascinating guests from the entertainment, business, music, faith, and other industries who talk about their lives, opinions, beliefs, and upcoming projects. That's The Coriolis Effect with me, Cory Oliver.